Hey Chiefs Kingdom! Welcome back to the channel. Game week is finally here, and I'm buzzing with excitement as the Kansas City Chiefs prepare to take on the Houston Texans this Saturday. We have some fantastic news about a key offensive weapon making his return, which could significantly impact our playoff push. Today, we'll discuss how this addition can help the Chiefs, important injuries to watch, and some key players to keep an eye on from both teams. So, let's dive right in. As the Chiefs gear up for this matchup, there's no doubt they're focused on clinching that coveted #1 seed in the playoffs. Instead of easing up due to Patrick Mahomes' ankle injury, they're making a bold push, particularly with 3 games scheduled over just 11 days. Kansas City handled their first challenge well, and now they're locking in on the Texans. The Texans have proven to be competitive, managing to keep 3 of their last 4 opponents under 21 points. However, those matchups were largely against struggling teams. Their one loss in that span came against the Titans, where Will Levis and his team scored 32 points. Despite their decent record, the Texans have only beaten one team with a winning record this season, the Buffalo Bills, making their inconsistency pretty intriguing. C.J. Stroud, the Texans' quarterback, has faced more challenges this year, throwing more interceptions than usual and getting sacked an alarming 45 times. This highlights some significant problems on their offensive line. Speaking of weaknesses, the Chiefs have their own, particularly along the tackle positions, while the Texans also struggle in their interior line. Star left tackle Laramie Tunsil is struggling this season, leading the league with 15 penalties. To give you an idea, Jawan Taylor has 11 by comparison. On the injury front, the Texans are missing top wide receiver Stephon Diggs, who tore his ACL in October. However, they do have Nico Collins returning after a 6-week hamstring injury. He's been a reliable target and even scored 2 touchdowns in a less-than-ideal performance last week against Miami. Keep an eye on Tank Dell, another receiver who made an impact while Collins was out. And don't overlook Dalton Schultz, the tight end, who, despite a recent injury scare, is back and ready to play. The biggest threat on the Texans' offense is running back Joe Mixon, who has over 900 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns for the season. However, the Chiefs boast a top-5 run defense, which should limit Mixon's effectiveness and likely lead Stroud to the air more often. On the defensive side of the ball for the Chiefs, Charles Omenihu has been crucial in generating pressure, particularly on 3rd downs. The Texans often find themselves in long-yardage situations, playing right into Steve Spagnuolo's blitz-heavy game plan. The Chiefs have seen success against quarterbacks under pressure, and with Chris Jones in the mix, I anticipate the Texans will have a tough time. Now, let's talk about the Texans' defense, a bright spot for the team this season. Despite facing injuries, they've performed well, tallying the 2nd most interceptions in the league with 19. They excel in man coverage and count on their robust pass rush. However, they've struggled in the red zone, allowing a high rate of touchdowns. And now, the big news. The Chiefs are set to activate Hollywood Brown for this weekend's game. This will be his first game of the season, and his speed and ability to excel against man coverage could be a game-changer. The Chiefs need him to stretch the field and create opportunities for other key targets like Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins. With some adjustments on the offensive line, including Joe Toney likely moving to left tackle while DJ Humphries continues to recover, it's crucial for the Chiefs to provide Mahomes the time he needs to execute effectively. Quick passes will be vital to combat the Texans' pass rush. Before we dive into game predictions and injury updates, I want to take a moment to give a shout-out to our sponsor, Good Chop. If you're looking to fill your freezer with high-quality, customizable boxes of meat and seafood that's delivered straight to your door, check out goodchop.com and use code HBTC130 for an incredible discount on your first order. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on this. Back to the game. The Chiefs need a solid strategy for scoring in the red zone, a struggle at times this season. Converting red zone opportunities into touchdowns rather than field goals will be critical for them to secure a win. Looking at the injury reports, the Chiefs have ruled out a few key contributors, including Connor and Humphries. However, Mahomes and Brown both practiced fully all week, indicating they're ready to go. The Texans also have some injury concerns that could hinder their performance. As game day approaches, I'm predicting a tight contest, with the Chiefs narrowly beating the Texans 20-17 in another nail-biter. I'd love to hear your predictions. What do you think the final score will be, and how do you foresee the game unfolding? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Chiefs coverage as we lead up to the game. Let's show our support for the team. Go Chiefs!